Hi, my name's Stephen Ham from Archery Supplies. This is the Pandarus P2. It's an intermediate size bow. So for ladies, for like teenagers, and when I say teenagers, like that 12 to 15 year age group. So not an adult bow, but not the small kids bows. There's not many of these intermediate bows on the market, so this is a kind of a unique spot. Now there are a few bows on the market that go from 0 to 70, and I find that useless because the intermediate archer is not going to shoot 70, so it's like, why have you got that? I understand why you've got it. It's so you've got all the adjustment for selling, but bows work better at maximum poundage. It's just, this is what you want, a bow at 50 pounds. The draw length is adjustable from 22 to 30 inches. It's a metal wheel and a metal module, so it just rotates. They've got nice stops, so it's a flat wall you lock in. It's a metal riser, fiberglass limbs. I think the cams have got bearings in them, so that's a good cam system. Price is good, comes with a whisker biscuit. I'm going to say the price is around $200, but I'll pull it up on the screen. Comes with a whisker biscuit, a 3-pin sight, D-loop, and a peep sight. So string stop, so it should be quite good. Weighs a little bit over 2 pounds, 6.5 inch brace height, 290 feet per second. Right, so I've been sighting this bow in, right, and I can't get, at this distance, I can't get the arrows to hit the target. So they shoot high because I haven't got enough adjustment in the sight, so I'm actually aiming at the target below. So for a kid, it's not a problem. It's just I've got a big gap here between the peep and the D-loop. If you bring that down, then you'll hit the target. Okay, so the further away the peep sight is from the D-loop, the further you shoot. Okay, the higher up your sight needs to be. This is just a sliding peep sight, so this moves. So this makes life easy for you. The arrows I'm shooting, it doesn't come with arrows. The arrows I'm shooting are Victory VAPs 600s. The bow's wound down a bit off 50, so I'm going to guess it's on around 40, and it comes with a manual, which is a bit unusual for Chinese bows, a bit unusual for all bows these days. 3 locking screws, 1, 2, 3, which is fantastic. So you need to buy yourself a release aid, you need to buy yourself some arrows. These arrows I'm shooting are Victory VAP 600s because they were the lightest I had available. Spine's going to depend on what your draw length is and what your poundage is, but for 40 pounds, probably 600s would be okay. 600s, 700s on a standard draw length. These won't be too bad. They should fly okay. They've got big vanes on them, so they should fly okay. 6.5 inch brace height, so that should be very steady to aim. 28 inch axle to axle, so the peep sight will be a bit away from my eye, so that'll be a little bit more challenging, but I still think I'll shoot well. The grip's kind of light, the bow is well balanced, as you can see in my hand. The grip feels natural, so ability to fit a 2-piece quiver, like it's good, it's cheap. How does this rate against your expensive bows? It's pretty good, I think, without shooting it like we're about to. I'm at 15 meters, that's a 40 centimeter indoor target face. Why am I at 15? Because I did the last one at 15. No real reason. I'm going to say the sight pin is a lot more stable than the last bow I shot. The last one I shot was an L2. Sight pin just sits in the middle. It's very, very easy to aim. Probably because of the bigger brace height. Bigger brace height, easy to aim. Now I think I missed. I like light bows because it means you can add weight to it. I think I missed. I probably aimed at the wrong target again. I don't know. or they're just going high. Oh, look, sight's moving, I think. This happens in my videos. Bit annoying. Probably more annoying for you than me, because for me it's just, the reason I don't reshoot, like probably most other people who do YouTube, is because this is normal. It's normal that stuff comes loose. It's just the way life is. And it's not the end of the world. The shots felt good. Bit disappointing they didn't hit the target. Now this one I don't know where it'll go, because basically tightening up that sight could go anywhere. So when I shoot this bow, it does this. The reason it does this is because that's the middle of the bow where the arrow rest is, and your grip's behind, so it's pushing out like that. So this bow would feel much better with the stabilizer on the front. And this is not a stabilizer, this is a bit of rubber. I think all my arrows are missing, so it's going to be probably a disappointing video from the target face. I must say, I do, when I shoot, I prefer to aim at the target I'm hitting. I'm not a big one for aiming off. It's just not something I've done. So when I sort of say that, often if there's wind, you have to aim off, you have to aim left or right on the target. I'm much more comfortable aiming in the middle of the target, just because that's my rhythm. It's okay, so let's just talk about this. Look, the strings on this, I don't know how good they are. There's different materials people use, and it takes a lot of time to make a string. My gut feeling is they'll be fairly average strings. That doesn't mean they're going to snap. What it means is a peep sight will not be stable, and so you need a bit of rubber to pull it straight. Now, the problem is, to get a good quality string set is the price of the bow. Which would still make this a cheap bow. So double the price for an expensive string set, but then it's all done, right? I had a guy come in the other day into my shop with a bow, and he said, can you fit a new string set to it? He brought in a new string set. So I thought in my head, 10 minutes work. And it always annoys me fitting other people's strings, and I may not do it in the future. So I pull them out, and there's no center serving on the strings, and if I've said this in another video, so I'm like, there's no center serving on any of these things. He goes, no, you can put that on. So then I put the center servings on 3 of them, because, you know, serving for where the cables are. And when I put them in the jig, the strings all bzzz, and I'm like, oh, this is really poor quality strings. No disrespect to the person who made them. It's like the worst I've ever seen. And I understand why they're like that. I do, because they would have been made on a basic thing. They would have served it, and there would have been no twists, and then they would have put the twists in after, and it wouldn't have been under tension. So as soon as you put tension on, then it just basically unravels. I understand it. Like, I've been doing archery forever. I understand how things are the way they are. I've got no idea what those arrows are, so let's go and look. So anyway, so 2 hours later, I've finished his bow, reserved it, timed the top cam. There's a little bit of, the top and bottom wheels are not perfect time, but they're pretty good. And I'm 2 hours in at this stage on this thing. And being a shop owner, you're like, because you can't charge, right? So people don't want to pay. And then you're going to be in an argument, and it's like, then I'll be like, well, I'll take the strings off. And anyway, so that's where you'll get to, because I've been there before. Nightmare situations. What's it got to do with this review? This is a good bow. I like it. I like the way it feels. I like the way it's finished. It's nice and light. Yeah, so the bow's nice and light. It's got good cams, nice solid stops. The strings are going to let this bow down, right? So, and while it's low cost, which I understand you've got to hit a price point, it would benefit from high quality strings, but then you put it in a different price point. So just understand, when you buy stuff, you are buying stuff at that price point. That's all. Right, so this is really, really poor shooting from my part, which I do not understand. Left and right is great. Left and right is brilliant. So I've got 3 arrows up high. Oh, okay. So those 3 arrows that are high are exactly the height of the bottom target. So it just means I aimed at the wrong target, because I'm trying to hit this target, but I'm aiming at the one below it. It's just my brain. Anyway, overall, look, they're not tightly bunched, but I feel like it shot better than the last bow. I felt like it aimed really well in the middle. It feels like it could benefit with the stabilizer to balance it, so it's got better thing. The draw cycle is very good, very smooth, very solid wall. Speed looks fairly flat, looks fine. I think it's exceptional for its price, and I think it's in a price point where there's really not that much competition. I remember coming out of heart surgery and I was like, well, I want a bow that goes from 20 to 50 in 29 inches. What do I have? And there was really nothing. It was, you know, the Elite Ember, $900 bow, $1,000 bow. But the Ember kind of started around 35 pounds. I was really stuck. So I shot some of the little kids' bows just to build strength. But I was really stuck for this bow. It was the one bow that really didn't exist for me, because all the 70s wouldn't go down low enough, and any bows which did go down you need a short draw length for. So I was a bit buggered. So I think it's a nice little point in the market, which has really very little competition. I'm going to say the competition it would have had in the past would have been the PSC Stinger. PSC Stinger is a cast riser with a single cam. Similar draw length from 22 to 30. The Stinger used to be my best selling bow. The price went up on it, I think, to like $750, I think. And I think the poundage, I'll look it up for this video, but they used to do 50, 60, 70, and I think they dropped the 50. I think. Because basically that used to be my biggest selling bow, and then it just literally, I don't sell many of them at all anymore. So it used to be a big bow for sales, then just sort of dropped off. Anyway, that's the P2. Despite that group, which looks horrible, I'm pretty confident those three must have been aimed at that target because that's where they sit. And if you move those three, that means I've still got two shitty shots, and that's just probably pulling against the wall issue. But I feel like I could shoot it well. It's feels like a good bow to me. Easy to adjust, easy to set up. Lightweight. Lightweight's really important. It's a cast riser, not a machined riser, so it means you can't do heavy weights on it. And that's perfect because it's for the bigger kids, basically. Person who's not able to do the big poundages, who may be a bit taller. That's where this bow's really fits in well, or for the little kid sort of growing to the next size. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. Bye.